everyone. Today is the 2nd of June 2019. Now it's 7:45 p.m. I'm at the Charing Cross underground station. And here it seems that there's a large amounts of information on the wall of the Charing Cross underground station. It's said that it's 5 minutes walk from the National Gallery. National Gallery is also one of the top attractions in London. Now going to cover the walls of the Charing Cross underground station, starting from here. Charing Cross for Trafalgar Square. Richard III, Henry VI, Henry V, Elizabeth I, Cardinal Wolsey, Henry VIII, Lady Mary, Anna Bolena, Edward IV. Charing Cross for Trafalgar Square. And on the sign here it says Trafalgar Square National Gallery, National Portrait Gallery. Follow the way outside. It seems that another train is arriving now. More light here for Trafalgar Square. My destination is exactly the Trafalgar Square. But first I'm going to take a film to cover the interesting images on the wall. Was founded in 1824. Here is a map of the National Gallery, National Portrait Gallery. William Shakespeare. He's the most famous English playwright in history, William Shakespeare. This is his portrait. Thomas Mooker, Robert Catesby, Peter Fox, Thomas Percy, John White, Christopher Wright, Robert Winter and Bates. Now going to exit the underground station. Here's the way out. So I'm going in this direction. This little tunnel directs me to the other direction. The train that is bound for the opposite direction, but I'm going to the Trafalgar Square for the time being.
When using the escalator, keep to the right, hold on tight, supervise your children, secure your luggage, and keep your...
The Lion King. Tired of being tired. This is seen everywhere in the London Underground. And this cute girl will foot lovers feast. way out. I need to go from this direction. So here says way out. Don't rush. Hold the handrail. Way out, Trafalgar Square. National Gallery, National Portrait Gallery. I'm going to take the moving pictures of these posters on the wall of beside the escalator at the Charing Cross underground station. Tired of being tired. Please hold the handrail. Please stand on the right. Surface information. From here, I need to place my Oyster card on the. I'm going to place the Oyster card over this, like this, and the door will open. It's like very simple. It's foolproof. Trafalgar Square National Gallery, National Portrait Gallery. The ticket fare for the underground station in London is £2.40. Trafalgar Square, National Gallery, National Portrait Gallery. Exiting from these stairs, going up the stairs underground, public subway. Look at this tall statue. It's the famous Trafalgar Square is in front of me. I'm going to take a close shot of the statues. To Major General Sir Henry Havelock, KCB and his brave companions in arms during the campaign in India, 1857. Soldiers, your labors, your privations, your suffering, and your valor will not be forgotten by a grateful country. H.H. Havelock. This is the statue of this man. Actually, this tower here captures my attention at first sight. I'm going to have a closer look at this tower. But first, I'm going to examine the lying statues sitting around this tower. Isn't it magnificent? Now, I feel that even the adjective magnificent sounds like a cliche, like banal. A cliche is something that is overly used. Is there any other adjective that fits the description more suitably? Maybe majestic. I use the word majestic to describe to walk around the tower and see some people sitting on the edge of this tower. Just first going to have a walk around this majestic tower. have a walk around the edge of the.
You can step on my knee.
I will first take a walk around. But this monument. Oh, I shouldn't have said it's a tower. It's a monument. Monument is beyond my description. I have not enough vocabulary to describe the majesty of this monument. I'm quite windy today, and this monument is very steady, even it's against the wind, the blowing wind. Just walking and taking to cover the monument in my camera. It's easy, it's a simple task, but I'm going to be careful with pedestrians. And I think I have finished walking around. This monument. Here is probably this description of the monument. Trafalgar Square. Trafalgar Square is the center for national rejoicing and assemblies and rallies of various causes. Taking a careful observation of this introduction, Jubilee Walkway road map. I hope all of you have a careful observation of the infrastructure and architecture in this neighborhood. Now continuing to walk in this direction, look at the lion statue. And how majestic. I finished walking around the periphery of this monument at the Trafalgar Square. Now going towards the fountain. Going towards the fountain. It's very majestic fountain. Because it's almost evening, some of the street lights are lit. It doesn't seem to be very late because it seems not to be very late because it's summertime. During summer, even at 8 o'clock, it's now about 8 p.m. But the sky is still very bright, even at 8 p.m. Now going in the direction to have a closer inspection on this fountain. Here is let's look at the little dolphin in the mermaid tank. In the mermaid arm, the dolphin's mouth spouts water towards the fountain. There's no entry sign there. It's a beautiful fountain, but it's not accessible to the public. Just have walking around this fountain. To walk around this fountain. It's 8 p.m. and the clock is knocking now. The bell is ringing. From this angle, you can see both the monument and the fountain in the same image. Taking a walk around the fountain, taking a walk, and I need to beware for the pedestrians. No, still the same mermaid and dolphin. I have finished walking around the fountain now for going to here is another fountain. Another fountain. The Trafalgar Square. This is the Trafalgar Square.
Yes, there was many floods.
Look at the hieroglyph on this piece of architecture here. It's a hieroglyph. And this fountain I will just be brief because there's more stuff to see. Look at the introduction of I'm going to see what is on the introduction of this architecture. So, The Invisible Enemy Should Not Exist by Michael Rakowitz. 1973, New York, Mayor of London. Arts Council, England. Look at the monument from this angle. It's a majestic view. Going to other end of this square is the statue of knight, a hero riding a horse. But it seems like there is no introduction on this about this statue. Seems so. Here's the King George IV. This statue is the statue of King George IV of Francis Charing sculpture. And have one more glimpse at the Trafalgar Square. Now I'm going to upstairs to have a look at the National Gallery. This National Gallery is still in my memory. I think 6 years ago, I have been here and I have seen the street artists performing in front of this National Gallery. But it's already 8 p.m. I don't know whether it's still open. Probably it's closed. The National Gallery. I'm going to have a walk beside the National Gallery.
Thank you very much.
Sea Star. Going beside the National Gallery now. National Gallery. Supported by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Supported by 9 pillars. Having to take a walk beside the National Gallery. What a majestic building. Going towards this direction. The gate is always closed and locked. National Gallery, but the sky is still bright. Looks like a cloudy day, but actually it's 8 p.m. And the street artist performing in front of the National Gallery. This is a drawing of the extraterrestrial ET. Mr. Bean says. Going to still at the capture the view of the monument at the Trafalgar Square, like this. Watching over, have a better view of the Trafalgar Square, and this building there is decorated with some Canadian flags. Maybe it's a Canadian embassy. I want to have a better view of this area, so going to spend some time walking around. I have told you that pigeons are scattered almost everywhere in London. not only in parks like the Regent's Park and the Hyde Park, but also in places like the Trafalgar Square. Here is one more statue, Jacobi Secundus de Gratia Angli Scotland, France and Hibernia Rex Fide Defensor Anno. I only recognize the last word. Anno, it means the year. This is a Latin language, and he seems to be like Caesar or Caesar. I don't know how to pronounce the word Caesar. The emperor, the Roman emperor. The National Gallery is, according to the website, is free for entry. But unfortunately, I have arrived at the wrong hour, and until July 7th is the Spanish Master of Light, Sorolla. The National Gallery, Sainsbury Wing. Free entry, open daily 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Friday until 9 p.m. I'm very close to the Houses of Parliament and the Lower Regent Street, Piccadilly Circus. Trafalgar Square, you are here. I am at the location. I'm pointing my finger. It's that location. Westminster Square, Chinatown, Soho is also very close. I have been to Chinatown a few times, but I haven't had a chance to take a film of the Soho town. Here I'm taking a film of the National Gallery Sainsbury Wing. Sainsbury is also a supermarket. It's very. I regularly go to the Sainsbury's for shopping the groceries. Bicycle chain to this relation will be removed without notice. The National Gallery. And here's the telephone booth. Iconic. It's an icon of London. I'm going across this street to see what is it's a Canada House. So Canadian UK, Canadian Army. La Maison du Canada. Canada. A lot of Canadian flags on this building. So because it's called the Canada House, so that's why probably it has something to do with Canada, but it's not the Canadian embassy. It's a Canada House. And we are at the Pall Mall East, SW1, City of Westminster. Still stadium, waiting for the red line to turn green. Probably I need to push this button here. Pedestrians, push button and wait for signal opposite. Wait, cross with care. taking a close inspection of this area. But the red light is still little long. Now at last I have my turn. This entrance of the Canada House is closed. The Maison du Canada Plus. I was not aware of this building, but Canada is a bilingual country. Consular and immigration services proceed to Cockspur Street entrance. Service consulaire et d'immigration, veuillez utiliser l'entrée sur la rue Cockspur. Welcome, Canadian UK. 2019 International Year of Indigenous Languages. Because the Queen, Her Majesty, is not only the Queen of England but also the Queen of Commonwealth countries, including Canada. That's why probably the Canada and the UK have good relations, international relations. That's what I'm studying in the London, and I'm going to finish my studies very soon. Trafalgar Square, WC2, City of Westminster. Just have a walk around this building. High Commission of Canada. All commissaires here to Canada, no parking. Stationnement interdit. This one is not locked by a gate. I can come up the stairs, but the door is probably locked. And the street light is lit because it's past 8 p.m. And from this angle, I can see the National Gallery behind the tree shades, behind the tree leaves, and the two fountains there. Here's one more introduction of the Trafalgar Square. This panel celebrates the 150th anniversary of Canadian Confederation. Here's the street sign, Trafalgar Square, WC2, City of Westminster. This building is really big. I haven't finished walking around it. But now I know it's called the Canada House. Canada House. Maison du Canada. And telephone booth, iconic of London, an icon of London. Actually, I also want to go to the Downing Street, number 10, and the Houses of Parliament. Here's the Parliament, Westminster Abbey. I wanted to go this direction, Houses of Parliament, St. James Park. So here is the direction I want to go. Push this button. Why doesn't it work? Maybe this one I use. It's not working. Never mind. I will wait for the red light to turn green. Still, now finish walking in around the National Gallery. Now going to the palace, the Parliament, and going to the Parliament, and I'm going to Downing Street if possible. I wish I can go there. Only 10 seconds for me to cross the street. But I want to take more films of this monument because it looks so magnificent. And the building over there on the top is 5 Union Jacks supported by poles. 5 Union Jacks. And this one is the Uganda flag. As you can see, it's a Uganda house. Uganda house. Uganda is an African country. High Commission of the Republic of Uganda. Here's a Charing Cross underground public subway. And here are some booklets and brochures, but this one is closed. We've got London covered. Evening Standard. Oh, it can be opened. And here is a Tony's post-race reception. Public subway to Trafalgar Square, Grand Charing Cross Station. Public toilets, City of Westminster. This is a Charing Cross underground station. Our helpful little guide appears again. Now I'm at the Uganda High Commission. My new destination is I see the Embassy of Brazil, Embassy of the Republic of Kazakhstan, but I'm not going there. I'm going to the, let's look at the bigger map. The Parliament, where is the Parliament? Still looking for the Parliament. Oh, it's here. If I walk in this direction, it's Houses of Parliament and Westminster Abbey. So before me is the famous St. James Park. I have visited the Hyde Park and the Hyde Park and the Regent Park, but I didn't visit the St. James Park. Here's one more magnificent building. It's about to rain. I feel the raindrops on my arm, and it's about to rain now. On the top of this is the annual testimony, Victoria Civic. Because it's covered by the flags, I can't read it, and I'm sure it's in Latin. Nowadays most Westerners are not able to comprehend this language. This is a classical language like ancient Greek. I'm going through this bridge. I don't know how to call this. Going to this tunnel, going through this tunnel with a lot of flags, and I can hear Majesty God Save the Queen is being played. It's behind me. Waiting for the traffic. I should have probably walked inside here, behind these barriers. Now I have the opportunity to go inside. Here's the back side of this backside. Going down the stairs, going towards that direction. I feel that in front of me, straight ahead, there's something very interesting. Here is probably a statue about the army. I see the two guys. They are probably military, erected by the officers and men of the Royal Marines in memory of their comrades who were killed in action or died of wounds or disease in South Africa and China from 1899 to 1900. Gibraltar, per mare per terram. It's Latin. It's in memory of the Marines who died in the war. It's covered by the tree leaves. I can't read. Who are okay, I'm going to read. October 2000 in honor of all Royal Marines who have served their country by land and sea and who are forever remembered by the by their friends. This street is decorated with the American flags and the British flags. This means that the US, the United States, and the United Kingdom maintain excellent bilateral relations. These two countries are like brothers, speak the same language, and they're supporting each other. I feel it's the Buckingham Palace in front of me. But I have visited the Buckingham Palace last time, but never walked on this road. I do not call this a street because it's too very wide. This is street, it's a pavement, but this one is road. It's a road, very long road. Flag of the United States of America and the flags of Britain, United Kingdom, flag of Great Britain. I'm going towards the end of the road. A lot of pedestrians are walking on the road. It seems that it's okay to walk on this road, it's allowed. Because there are very few vehicles on this road, it's probably very safe to walk here. And this one is Sunset Road closed. Continue to walk against the wind, blowing another very beautiful monument. I remember last time I came here with my classmates to visit the Churchill War Museum, but I used the old phone to take a film of the Churchill War Room, but my old phone was broken, so I haven't had the opportunity to save the video for my own sake and for everyone's sake. Even though it's summertime, it's quite chilly during the evening. It's quite chilly. It's quite cool. And I'm going to read what is on this introducing this monument. Frederick Duke of York, 1763 to 1827. Oh, I'm sorry, I feel I'm mistaken. This area is not the Churchill War Room, but it's very close to the Oxford Circus. Going towards the statue, this statue. I want to see what is on this statue. I want to read. Edward VI, Rex Imperator. Rex means king. Rex is a word, Latin word for king. Here is a staircase park. Air Chief Marino. Air Chief Marshal. He is the Air Chief Marshal, and he lived between 1892 to 1795. It's too far, I can't even, because I'm too nearsighted, I can't read. I am not able to read from far away.
You've been to New York?
To see the other statues. A Victorian style building. I'm going to see other statues in front of me. Let's be careful about the traffic. Here's the Waterloo Place. Now, without going towards the center, now it's the time to go. IFEWR. Florence Nightingale. She is very famous as she's famous for as a nurse. Died August 13, 1910. Florence Nightingale. Here is the born 16 September 1810 Sidney Herbert. This guy is called Sidney Herbert, and this is his monument, a statue erected by public subscription, AD 1867, and he died on the 2nd of August 1861. Here's a statue, one more statue, very tall statue, and his name is called Premier Sebastopol. Crimea now is the disputed territory between Russia and Ukraine, and during the 19th century there was a Crimean War, so I think this is probably a statue in memory of the Crimean War with Russia. Brigade of guards, for the memory of officers now co-officer and driving brigade of guards fell during the war. This is in memory of the soldiers who died in the war with Russia. It's a Crimean War. It's not about the Crimean in 2014 between Russia and Ukraine. It's during the 19th century, the war, the Crimean War. I love Mormon. I met some Mormon missionaries. One was in Macau. But the Mormonism seems not to be a very orthodox religion. Waiting for the vehicles to drive by so I can go back. And toward this direction I can see the National Gallery in the distance, and another Victorian style building with the British flag on top. Where is the British Parliament and Westminster Abbey? I need a helpful guide again. But waiting for the traffic. Maybe I will walk in this direction in order to save my time. I will walk in this direction to see the Waterloo Place. Use the French pronunciation place instead of place, which is the English pronunciation, in order to sound more classy. And the postbox, icon of London. Here's the St. James. Here I'm very close to the St. James Park. But first I need to find a helpful guide because I feel a little lost. President of the Royal Society of Marine Artists. From the Thames to the Grand Canal, paintings of London, Venice and beyond. Royal Opera Arcade. But this gate is locked. Maybe it's too late for visiting. I need to have more careful observation of this neighborhood. Kazakhstan's house. Maybe the embassy. Maybe house is just the word for embassy. Because I saw the Kazakhstan embassy on the map on the helpful little guide. But here is the Kazakhstan house. And the Brazil house. Hall Mall. Here is a street sign with name Hall Mall, SW1, City of Westminster. And one more, New Zealand House. New Zealand House, Theatre Land, Haymarket, City of Westminster. Someone has already pushed the button for me, so all I need to do is to wait. And I think I know why it doesn't work, because when the light is green, and there is no need, the wait for is not lit up. At the end of this road is probably the Oxford Circus. Somos Brazil. Human Outlaws of the Nation. Marcus Line. Total London. Embaixada do Brazil. Embassy of Brazil. So now I get it. The house is a name for embassy. If it's Kazakhstan house, it's probably the Kazakhstan embassy. One more statue, and our helpful little guide is there. I need to cross this street. And I will be able to reach the central reservation. And from here, I'm going to see touchscreen games and Charing Cross, Trafalgar Square, National Gallery, Leicester Square. embassy of the Republic of Kazakhstan, embassy of Brazil. And Southern African High Commission. Westminster Abbey. Going towards this direction, going from in front, going straight and turn right at this corner. Here's one more statue. Without any introduction, the King George. This statue, in which a hero rides a horse, the King George. And I now know where is Westminster Abbey. Going towards this direction, yeah, I will not be mistaken this time. Oceanic House, number 1A. Oceanic House. This is where I had just been. All High Commission of Canada, or Commissariat du Canada, Cockspur Street, Series Floor Office. This stone was laid on July 1st, 1927 by Thomas Bassett Macaulay, president of the company. Now I'm at Cockspur Street. Cockspur. Another helpful little guide for us. This is St. James Park and Houses for Parliament. So I'm going toward this direction. Push this little button. Yeah, it works. The red light hasn't even turned green, but I'm continuing to walk because not so much time left for me. So going toward this direction. Trafalgar. Official agent, the original tour. The Admiralty. So this is the St. James Park. This is the entrance of the St. James Park. And I found look what I have found now. The British Council. The Future Heritage. 10 Spring Gardens. Is this the headquarters of the British Council? British Council, Department for Digital Culture, Media and Sport, the Future Heritage, and Exhibition on the Cultural Protection Fund. Nice. National Institute for Health and Care Excellence. This is for speaking. This is a speaker, so I do not push it now. And it's probably closed. But let's take a careful observation of the British Council. British Council. Only a security guard is holding his phone there. But my destination today is not the British Council. The British Council is responsible for administering IELTS tests. So mastery is hard work. It needs a lot of physical effort and a lot of mental effort. Women have proved they can do anything, even as sculptors. Training on a cultural protection fund protecting Jordan. So this is the Spring Gardens 10, number 10. Is this the St. James Park? I think I'm mistaken again. Why? Because it's where I had been just now. Today's route is a little confusing. I don't even know where I'm going. So this building is the British Council. I have no idea. I'm not going towards the Buckingham Palace today. I already had a special film warning. This property is patrolled. Trespassers will be prosecuted to the full extent of the law. Security notice CCTV in operation. So this thing is called the Admiralty Arch. Admiralty Arch. It's an arch, not a bridge. It's an arch. Arch. Today's primary objective is to take a film of the Trafalgar Square and the National Gallery. This is what this episode is for. As for the Parliament and St. James Park are not the original objectives of this episode. And I'm back to the Trafalgar Square. Another statue. Juma. Waiting for the traffic. I need to push the button again. How about this way? The traffic stopped. So we're going towards this statue here. It's going to see what is the statue about. This statue seems to not have a name. It's only the statue of a rider, a knight. This seems to be a mysterious statue. Here is the Charing Cross. White Charing Cross going towards I'm going towards this direction now. Whitehall, SW1, Whitehall. Push this button again. I feel that the Westminster Abbey is not far away from where I am right now. Great Armandi. The restaurant with a French name because it's on Blackboard. It says they named the restaurant with a French word. Great Armandi, ready to eat. This red traffic light is quite long. At last it has turned green. Here's the Tesco Express, and it's a Tesco. It's a British supermarket scattered around all across London, I guess. And fish and chips, Garfunkel's restaurant. What is this bus stop? Here's a taste of Italy. Let's do. Northumberland Avenue, Trafalgar Square. I hope that the Westminster Abbey is close. I hope that it's very close. I'm getting a little hungry now. I haven't had eaten the dinner yet. The Grand at the Trafalgar Square. The sky hasn't turned completely dark, but it's getting quite dark now. Old-fashioned bus. The ghost bus tours. London Necrobus. So it's called the Necrobus. And across the road is the Sherlock Holmes pub. There are a lot of pubs in London. They use the name Sherlock Holmes to attract more customers. LSE. London School of Economics. I'm still searching for the Westminster Abbey. Great Scotland Yard. Great Scotland Yard. most of my episodes are filmed during daylight, but today's episode is little dark because I have filmed 2 episodes today. The first episode is about the London Eye and the Big Ben. But this is the second episode. The second episode is not hot. The second episode, because I have not enough battery, I went back to my dormitory and I recharged the battery for the phone. So now I am at the Northumberland Avenue. I hope there is one more helpful little guide here, and I already see walking across this street. Whitehall Plus. It's a Whitehall Plus. And now Embankment Plus. Embankment. I can't believe I walked to Embankment twice today. Embankment is the underground station where I took from to Baker Street. And it seems that Houses of Parliament is still a few meters away. But this one is the Welcome to Whitehall Gardens. This is not the St. James Park, but the Whitehall Gardens. And from this place, from this location, I can see the London Eye in the distance. I'm walking. This is getting darker now, and I'm not getting a good view. This episode's main destinations are the Trafalgar Square and National Gallery, and I also seen some embassies along the road. Just a while ago it was about to rain, but now it seems that the rain didn't fall. The rain didn't succeed in falling from the sky. Walking on the pavement has a better view. It gives me a better view. I hope that I will be able to see the Westminster Abbey before the sky turns dark completely. Samuel Plimsoll, born 1824, died 1898. It's 1 hour 20 minutes this video. Still searching for the Westminster Abbey, but I'm quite hungry. I'm quite hungry now. I'm not waiting for the red light because I don't have much time left. And the battery, I hope the battery will last until I reach the Westminster Abbey. I didn't know that the video can be turned bright. Sorry for this audience. Now I know that the video can be brighter. It looks like a day, doesn't it? If I turn it brighter, it looks like daylight, but now turning dark. I thought it's because of the darkness of the sky, but actually it's because my phone configuration. No, I don't need to worry. Still searching for the Westminster Abbey. Here is a good view of the London Eye and a great statue of an eagle flapping its wings. The street lights are covered by the tree leaves. I hope the brightness now is okay for the audience. I hope all of you are able to watch this video without trouble. Look at the palace over there. This is a county hall. The county hall. I was not aware of this county hall during the first episode. But now let's take a closer look of the county hall. Isn't it a magnificent building? New Scotland Yard. Where's the helpful little guide? I need it right now. But fortunately, I haven't eaten or drank too much, so I don't need to find the toilet. Victoria Embankment Gardens Whitehall Extension. So these streets are not so crowded. Actually, it's quite sparse, not so dense. Opposite adjective of dense is sparse. New Scotland Yard. It's almost 1 hour 30 minutes. It's 1 hour 25 minutes now. still searching for the Westminster Abbey. Here have you a good view of the County Hall, just beside the London Eye. The London Eye is a short name for Coca-Cola London Eye, because there is no need to state that the London Eye is sponsored by Coca-Cola. I don't think it is necessary to do this. But what I need now is a helpful little guide. Really, I have been walking for 86 minutes since I started filming this video. And I have been talking and talking in order to not to let the audience feel bored when watching this video. If I do not talk during this video, I feel that is probably an ordinary video. Here is the Big Ben. So this street is now I know I have taken the Big Ben twice on the same day. I have taken films of the Big Ben twice. But the first episode does not feature the Big Ben from this perspective, from this angle. And one more thing, in addition, the Big Ben on the evening and during daylight look different. During daylight, the Big Ben does not have so much light on it, but during the evening, it's a different story. When I came here at 3 p.m., there were a lot of tourists here, but now not so many. The Big Ben. I will show you the Big Ben. It's 9:15, 9 p.m. and 15. No wonder I feel hungry, because it's already 9 p.m. Houses of Parliament. It's a Big Ben. This underground is probably the Westminster Underground, because I have arrived this underground today and I remember exactly Houses of Parliament, Westminster Station. Westminster Station. I need to find the Houses of Parliament and Westminster Abbey. During the filming this episode, I was mistaken a few times. So I hope that I will not make more mistakes. Fish and chips. Food and hot drinks served all day. Food and hot drinks served all day. It's fish and chips. Bridge Street. Here's the gift shop. The gift shop is closed. Well, it's 9 p.m. I hope to return to my dormitory soon. But first I need to take a look at the Westminster Abbey. Wow, the Big Ben is like a great, very tall lift or elevator in American English. Looks like a lift. So waiting for the traffic light to turn green. Now it has turned green, and I feel that the Westminster Abbey is just in front of me. Let's go find out. Oh, that is the statue of Winston Churchill. Winston Churchill was the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom during the Second World War. There is a war room dedicated to Churchill near Westminster, and I have told you about it, but I didn't save the photos because it was in my old phone. It's a Churchill statue of Churchill, and going to see the statue of David Lord George, and this guy here. It's a Jan Christian Smuts, 1870 to 1950. There are more statues. Here's a statue of Viscount Palmerston. Here is the statue of Derby, 1790 to 1860. What is this statue? Beaconsfield. The statue is Beaconsfield. Now going steps. Call carriage calls to carriage everywhere. Mahatma Gandhi. He is the hero of India. And here's one more statue. Peel, 1788 to 1850. There are more statues on the other side of the road. But my primary objective of this episode is to find the Westminster Abbey. Unfortunately, the Big Ben is undergoing reconstruction, so the Big Ben looks a little different from the pictures in the textbooks. Victoria Station. walking along this square of a large lawn. At the center, a large lawn. I feel that these flags are the members of the Commonwealth, the British Commonwealth. Oh no, why is this building also is being reconstructed? Why is that? Here is the British, probably the British Parliament. No, there is the Western, finally, at last. Welcome to Westminster Abbey. Now it's 1 hour 36 minutes. At last, I found the Westminster Abbey. Welcome to Westminster Abbey. Now I'm at the St. Margaret Street, SW1, City of Westminster. I had no idea that the Westminster Abbey seems to be undergoing reconstruction too, like the Big Ben. And the Westminster Abbey is very close to the Big Ben and the Big Ben and the Parliament. St. Margaret's Church, Westminster Abbey, May 2019. It's quite new. And this one is the same. It's the St. Margaret's Church, not the Marylebone Church. Westminster Abbey is covered by trees, and here let's take a closer look at Westminster Abbey. Where is the entrance? Westminster Abbey. And here is probably the British Parliament. One hour 38 minutes. I will indicate in the caption on the YouTube video when I upload it. Daedalus conservation. Now I have a better view of the Westminster Abbey. I will take a few steps away until I reach this statue here. Let's first look at what is this statue about. It's a man, George V. 1910 to 1930. And going upstairs towards the monument and have a view of the Westminster Abbey. And just opposite the Westminster Abbey, it's the one undergoing reconstruction. The British Parliament also appears to be undergoing reconstruction now. But it's a crime to trespass this. It's a crime to trespass this premise. And the police is vigilant about crimes. so I need to be super careful. Here I have a better view. Westminster Abbey. I'm turning my phone to the side so I can cover the entire Westminster Abbey in my camera. And this is a unique perspective of this magnificent building, and I will hold my phone, maintain this position. It's green light, but it's for the traffic.
So, yeah, but it was quite...
Metropolitan Police. It's the Old Palace Yard. This street is called the Old Palace Yard, SW1, City of Westminster, and 2 police vehicles are parking in front of this building here. I'm waiting for the red light to turn green. Now is a good opportunity to take a film of this area. But today I didn't have the chance to visit the Downing Street 10 and the St. James Park. So I will first just take a look at the Houses of Parliament tours. The ticket office has moved to Portcullis House on Victoria Embankment and is open Monday to Saturday. English Heritage Truro Tower. English Heritage is a charity. Your support as a member, visitor or donor helps us to look after the historic places in our care and keeps the story of England alive for future generations. Ticket office, Cromwell Green entrance, Parliament shop. Here is a little map and Portcullis House, Big Ben, Houses of Parliament, Parliament Square, Westminster Abbey. All of these important political buildings are gathering in they are cuddling each other in this area, in this neighborhood. You are here. It's a red circle here indicates where I am, the exact location. And during the evening, it doesn't seem to be very hot. Here's a parliamentary estate, no public access. Please use public footpath. So this path is not accessible to the public. Not just me, but the entire public is not allowed to visit. So I'm going to take a film of this area, this neighborhood. I feel more refreshed. The air is more refreshing now because there are few pedestrians walking around me, and the Houses of Parliament is in front of me. Very, very magnificent Houses of Parliament. I believe that Theresa May was having a meeting inside. Theresa May had a meeting inside this magnificent building. Very Victorian style. And maybe, I'm not sure, but probably it's a crime to trespass on the premises of the Houses of Parliament. It's not open to the public. It's like the Buckingham Palace. It's also protected. To just take along this legendary street. Legendary. I call it legendary because there are so few places like this. This behind this building is the Westminster Abbey. I'm going towards the junction, and I'm going to turn left to take a film of the Houses of Parliament from a different angle and perspective. Let's look at the bus stop. What is the name of the bus stop? It's called the Parliament Square. Parliament Square Big Bus Tours, the original tour. So all across London, all around London, you will use the Oyster card to pay the ticket fare. Especially the underground. We use the Oyster card because it's cheaper if you use the Parliament. If you use the Oyster card, we are at the Abingdon Street, SW1, Great College Street. Here's one more helpful guide for all of you watching this video. It's a Lambeth Bridge, Millbank, Westminster Abingdon Green, Parliament Square, Westminster Abbey. Now I'm here. You are here. Westminster. The whole district, the whole district is city of Westminster. Going in a few seconds, I'm going to turn left. At this junction, this zebra crossing is a little different from other zebra crossings because there is no traffic light, but only yellow lights. They are flickering, flashing, flickering. So it means that I need to be careful when crossing this road. Just be careful. Now towards the take the opposite direction now. Millbank. It's the Abingdon Street bus station. I'm going to take a film of the Houses of Parliament from another perspective, and here I can see the towers of the Westminster Abbey.
Now, my experts find out the truth. What?
Now it's darker than before, but it's okay. I'm still able to recognize the buildings. Even it's so dark like this, it's okay.
인간의 형체를 가졌지만 많아요.
Taking the film of for this, here is no pedestrians, but it's okay. Taking a film of the British Parliament from this perspective is quite unique. And there are two security guards there. they are watching me. But it's okay. I'm not going to trespass on these premises. Believe me, it's a crime to trespass. Pedestrians keep left. Continue to continue walking and Parliament houses. It's 1 hour 51 minutes, but I feel quite amazed by my phone battery. It's a phone 10s. No, 10XR. So not 10XS. Not XS but XR. Now looking back at the Houses of Parliament, still I'm going to end this video in around 8 minutes. It's 1 hour 51:38. Unfortunately, I cannot go close to the statue inside because it's forbidden. Just take a view of the flag on top of the Houses of Parliament, and it seems that it's annexed to the Big Ben, and on the opposite side of the Houses of Parliament is the Westminster Abbey. This looks like a tourist attraction, but it's for politics. It's a place for British politics, and it's not my business to decide British politics. I do not have such a great power, so I can only gaze at this magnificent building from a distance. And a lot of scaffolding outside this magnificent building, the Houses of Parliament. Have you purchased your ticket? Ticket office, visitor entrance, Treasury, Parliament Square, New Palace Yard, Cromwell Green, Old Palace Yard, Jewel Tower, Aberdeen Yard, Garden. Here, Victoria Embankment. Here's the Big Ben, Speaker's Green, the Metro Underground Station. Just a few pedestrians on this road now because it's quite late. I guess it's almost 10 p.m. Piers entrance, back roads, garden entrance, education center. Now going to keep silent for a few seconds. Okay, it's I film around myself in order to let the audience have a three-dimensional experience about this neighborhood. If I go out through this, I will no longer be farther away from the Houses of Parliament. Here is a Cromwell Green entrance, Houses of Parliament. Trespass. Now, this is the most important sign ever. Trespass on this site is a criminal offense. This is a protected site under Section 128 of the Serious Organized Crime and Police Act 2005, Houses of Parliament. As you can see, it's a serious crime. serious offense. Crime, offense are synonyms. So it's a serious crime to trespass on this security notice. Trespass on this site is a criminal offense. This is a protected site under Section 128 of the Serious Organized Crime and Police Act 2005. Non-pass holders should remain with their escorts at all times and or remain within the areas to which they have been admitted. The following items are not permitted on the parliamentary estate, and items must be surrendered before access is permitted. Please do not attempt to bring these items in. Which items are not allowed? First is no bats or clubs. No bats or clubs. No firearms. No knives or blades. No explosive. No tools. No aerosols. No items which can be used to disrupt or aggravate. CCTV in operation. Houses of Parliament. Unfortunately, I cannot go close to the statue, but I'm going to read it. Oliver Cromwell, 1599 to 1658. The statue of Oliver Cromwell. A few lingering pedestrians on this pavement. It's a serious offense, criminal offense, to trespass on this. It's 1 hour and 57 minutes 33. But as my hunger is not so serious, it's not so severe now. I do not suffer from severe hunger now. Trespass on this site is a criminal offense. I would like to get a better view. Carriage gates. I'm not going to read. I feel someone is talking there. Just be careful. And take a view of the flags. Going back to the Westminster Underground station now, so I can have a dinner. I haven't had my dinner yet. And one final glimpse of the Big Ben. It's 1:58 minutes now. I'm going across the street. The classic British taxis. And it's 7 seconds, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One hour and 59 minutes. And the underground is very near me, very close to me now. Hurrying to the underground station. Tesco Express. Famous supermarket and store entrance this way. Westminster. Now it's a coincidence because it's 2 hours 5 seconds. Goodbye everyone. Thank you for watching. Peace out.